All right, guys, here we go. Fitness and Sport opening up. You got 3 sets of 6 good mornings, right? So 6 total reps. On the good morning, what we really want to try to do as much as possible is not think just bend over. We want to try to send our glutes back, putting a slight bend in the knees, but sending our butt back, really elongating out through the hamstrings and bringing it back up. What we can't compromise at is what the back does. So we can't have any rolling of the back, any rounding of the low back. It needs to be as stiff as a board the entire time. Keep the power in your hamstrings and hips. So you're gonna go 2 seconds down, 2 seconds back up, 25 to 30% of your back squat, which might not sound heavy, but remember, this isn't a back squat, it's a good morning. It's an extremely challenged leverage position compared to a back squat. So it's actually gonna be pretty difficult. Just stay tight, stay strong. If you need to go on the lower end of the percentage, you always can do that as well. Resting a minute to a minute and a half between sets. Part 2, 30 box jumps, kind of like your infill. Then you're gonna rest 1 minute after some of this explosive movement. Then you're gonna do 30 cows on the bike, 200 foot of lunges, no weight, just 100 feet down, 100 feet back. Quads are gonna be hot, hop back on the bike, 20 cows, right, or the rower. 200 foot lunge, 10 cows on the bike or the rower, and finishing up with 200 foot lunges, AKA legs is spicy all day. Part 3, 4 rounds, 12 reverse hypers, 100 foot banded side step. All right, back, had a phone call come in, knocked me off. Here we go. So like we said, for this part 3, the 4 rounds with the hypers and the banded side steps, up here at the top on the good mornings, we made sure to keep that back nice and static, nice and stable, no moving pieces, just isometrically holding. When we get down here to the reverse hypers, we really actually want to let that spine get challenged under a little bit, let it traction. And you might be thinking, bend my back. Listen, if you don't take the time to build your back up at a sub-maximal intensity, like something that's going to actually allow you to round and straighten, bring it back to neutral, if you don't take the time to do that and the reps to do that, then when it's called to be challenged on something like a good morning, it's not going to have the same amount of strength. So moving your back, lifting with your back is a fantastic thing if it's focused lagging for your back. If it's a big multi-joint compound, then generally you're looking for a static back position. So if you don't have reverse hypers, you could always just lay over something, right? You could lay on top of a box and you could kind of let your legs drive up, same thing. Be some good work in there. Otherwise, you can just do some Superman holds or seated dumbbell deadlifts to sub that out. Power and iron up, 4, right? So a little bit more volume, 4 by 6. Good morning, same exact setup, little different workouts. Hence, we got a couple more reps in there. Part 2 is going to be 3 to 4 rounds, up to you. 8 and 8 staggered stance deadlift, 25 to 30% of your deadlift. Again, this is a very awkward position. Don't let the percentage confuse you, but you got one leg out in front, one leg in the back, your arms are hanging straight down, hold on to the bar. And the biggest thing you want to do is, instead of thinking about your chest coming down, you just want to think about your hips going down. Your hips are coming to the ground and they're bringing it right back up. To get a good movement demo of that, you can go over to the MHT Daily right after this on IG and you'll see what it looks like with dumbbells. But for a barbell, same thing. And then 70-foot lunges with the dumbbell in the front rack position, right? If you get real smoked, you don't want to hold it like that, shoulders are tired, you can always bring it to the bottom at that point. Grip might be a little hot though. So resting a minute and a half to 2 minutes between rounds. This is much more special than it looks. So anticipate a little bit of quad fire. Part 3, 4 rounds, 8 seated dumbbell deadlifts at 2 second lower, 2 second raise, and then 10 banded hamstring curls, 3 seconds down, 3 seconds back up. Resting 1 minute between rounds. TDY, the dumbbells, y'all. 4 times as many reps as possible. Dumbbell RDLs, which is our sub out for the good mornings. Again, 2 seconds down, 2 seconds back up. Lots of tension, lots of reps. Part 2, 3 to 4 rounds, 8 and 8 staggered stance dumbbell deadlift, like we already talked about. Go over to the IG after this. 70-foot lunges with dumbbells in the front rack. And part 3, seated dumbbell deadlifts and dumbbell hamstring curls with a 3 second lower, 3 second raise. Lots of tension, lower reps, but lots of tension is going to help build up those muscles for sure. Resting 1 minute between rounds, lag a muscle if you want it. And remember, guys, mobility is key to longevity, and longevity is key to building strength. Never quit.